Hello there and welcome to The Ripple Effect. I'm Jessica Ausbrook, normally alongside Kim Graves, but she is out of the office today from Solidarity Community Federal Credit Union. We are going to be talking to Jeff Newton from Kokomo Urban Outreach. Jeff, no stranger to our community. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here today. I'm excited to be here.
We haven't interviewed together for a long time, so it's like
it's been a long 10 years. 10 years.
So Kokomo Urban Outreach, did you just celebrate an anniversary? Are we at 20 years?
Not quite.
Getting there though.
19 years.
Don't blink. Time flies.
It does fly.
Now, you've evolved over the past 19 years.
We've made big, huge changes over the time.
So where are we at now?
Well, right now, we are working with children and teen, 3 years old to teenagers. Before, when we did a lot of food pantries and a lot of things like that, gave away a lot of things. And there came a point in time when I realized we were helping people get through struggles and poverty, not out. So how do you help people get out? So we decided over a period of time, we kind of evolved. But over a period of time, we decided if we could get with kids and make sure they have all the tools they need to become self-reliant, that's our goal. So our goal now is to help 3-year-old to 18-year-olds to learn to become self-reliant.
And how many are there?
Right now, we have about 450.
450. That's a lot.
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah, it definitely is. So there are a few different programs that you offer for kids depending on the age?
Yeah, there's 2. So we have something called Mini Up that's for 3 years old to 9-year-olds. And they meet on a Tuesday night. And we teach them to be respectful, responsible.
We're going to talk more about that coming up here in just a little bit, the 3 R's.
We have 4.
4 R's.
4 R's. And then the little bitty kids, the 3, 4, and 5-year-olds are in a group with current kindergarten teachers that volunteer. So what their goal is, they believe they're working. So their job is to sort colors, count, sit quietly in a circle, line up to go to the restroom, all the things you need to be ready for kindergarten. Yep. That most of them are not ready for. And so it's kindergarten readiness. And at the end of the night, if they participated without, causing too much problem, they get $1. So we're trying to equate money, work.
Yeah.
So they're doing it, and they call it a job. They're not coming to Mini Up, they're coming to their job.
It gives them a sense of ownership. I like that.
It does. Then the older kids of that group, the first, second, third graders, they rotate in groups. They rotate by their grades through a gym time, mealtime. Little kids eat too. There's a mealtime where we teach table banners and all that kind of thing, how to carry your plate. And then they do something we call huddle.
I've been to huddles before, yeah.
Yeah, the 4 hours for little kids is 20 minutes, and then 20 minutes of work where they actually go out. They don't go, like the older kids go out and actually work, but they work in the building, so they work around the building too. So they're pulling weeds in the flower beds, they're planting tulips in the fall, they're stuffing envelopes for our mail orders. They make... right now, they're getting to make Christmas ornaments.
Okay, so is there a cost to put your child in this program?
0.
Good. Taking away all the barriers.
There's no barriers.
Pay you.
We pay you. And so that's a minute. The older kids, the older kids, up stands for unleashing potential. So we're unleashing potential, passion, purpose.
Love it.
Up. And so we also believe everybody has unlimited potential. So with that group, we take them out to work. So our mission statement, if you think about math equation, our mission statement is, in a math equation, work ethic plus life skills plus education equals a self-reliant adult. Yep. When you have all 3 of those things, you're going to be able to take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. If you're missing any one of those, it's difficult. Yep. Very difficult. So everybody works. So we have several work areas. We have a work area where they go out and do landscaping, like raking leaves, and my friend Heidi, she went out on those teams all the time. And then we have an urban farm. We're growing vegetables for the Yoke Restaurant, specifically to them.
What?
We met with the Yoke Restaurant. What do you guys use? We're growing their vegetables.
That is amazing.
That's urban.
What a smart partnership.
And then Gravity Trampoline.
Yeah.
We're going to make cookies for them because they have pizza and that kind of thing, but nothing sweet. We've been wanting something sweet. So we're working on getting that together to make cookies to sell to them. And then we have a wood shop where they're making cornhole games and whelping boxes for dogs and just chairs, planters, and then they sell those. So we have a group that's in the wood shop. We have another group that does something we call Up Creations, and they make home decor, and they sell it at farmers markets. They're at the farmers market every Saturday. So they're learning how to measure and all that kind of thing. And then our final work area that we have two others. We have a group of special needs kids. They go to Goodwill every Thursday. So we work with a variety of kids. Everybody's welcome, and the kids get paid. So they get paid. We pay them points. They get paid 5 points to come to huddle and 20 points to go out and work 2 hours. And then each point equates to $1. But we have a store. They can buy things in the store way cheaper than you can buy in a regular store. So they're buying food and hygiene supplies and all the things we used to give away. They're purchasing them.
And they're earning them. Yeah.
Right. They're earning. They're feeling good. We had a kid the other night that had a Snickers bar. It was cost 1 point. He put it back. He said, no, I'm going to take my 1 point and buy 2 rolls of toilet paper because my family needs it.
You're seeing that a lot, aren't you? A lot of kids are stepping up for their families, which sadly, that's not the way it should be, but it is a reality for some.
And they buy food. And then they can also purchase a gift card, increments of 50s. So some kids are buying their own, paying for their own cell phones, all that kind of, buying their own school clothes and shoes.
That's really great.
We have an 11-year-old right now that has saved 1,500 points.
Okay, so Deanna was telling us a while back about somebody save for a car, like enough money to buy a car.
An older kid, yeah, he's 20 now. He's old.
And where did he learn that skill?
He was at the Career Center, but he stayed in school because we were
that's
great. And that's the work part. But then the life skills in January, February, we can't go outside and work. So everybody goes to life skill classes. So we have cooking, budgeting, reading labels, shopping, making menus, doing laundry. And then we have this past time we had wood shop and all that. This past time we had something called Adulting 401. The older kids went to that. We taught them how to sign a lease, to read, how to buy a car, how to get insurance, and all that kind of thing.
I mean, those are things that adults struggle with sometimes.
Right.
It's where to start, yeah.
And then the education part, every parent signs permission for us to interact with the school. So we can go directly to the school. We can talk to teachers. We can interface with the administrators. If a kid gets in trouble, a lot of times their parents are at a job, maybe they're at a convenience store, they can't use it. So they call us and we go. Our program director goes and tries to handle the situation, tries to keep them in school. If they get suspended from school for whatever reason, they have to come back and do community service. And then when you add all three of those together, you become a self-reliant adult.
Yep.
And so we give away nothing. Nothing's free. Everything is purchased. So we're trying to teach kids real life.
Now, as far as the things that you're selling for folks, you are selling and the kids are making money, but that's not something that's sustaining the organization. Yeah, it's not. It's for the kids. So you still rely on donations and volunteers from the community?
We do. We rely on, we do for sure. For each child in the program, in the older kids program, it costs us $2,000 for a year. It's like a lot, but if you think about...
What if you have 4 kids? You know, I mean, that stuff adds up when you get to 400 kids, right? It does.
It does add up. It does add up. And people say, that's how you're spending a lot of money on kids, but it's worth it because we're keeping them out of, if they go to it, it's $2,000. If they're on food stamps or in housing, it's way more. So either you.
Yep. And we're choosing to help now.
Choosing to help now.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So we were talking a little bit about the Talking Toolbox. You wrote a book.
Yes.
Jeff wrote a book.
Yes. Our pictures are right here on the back. Kareen is a program director at the Outreach. He struggled when he came to work with us. He struggled to read. He probably read in a first or second grade. And so he had been going to schools all during the school year, like having lunch with kids or going to remediate, or sometimes the kid is so difficult, he would just sit in the room with the kid. And so after school was out, he said, what are we going to do all summer? I said, what are you going to do? And he said, I want to learn how to read. And so we sat down and we had vocabulary words, long lists of vocabulary words. He would take them back and memorize them. And then we began to read. So we started with real simple things. And then we ended up reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. Some time ago, a few months ago, we met on a Friday. I wasn't at that time. I was semi-retired, and he said, "Let's go to lunch sometime." I said, "I'm free any day. Just tell me when." And he said, "Why don't we have to call Deanna and make an appointment?" He's my best friend, so I had to make an appointment to get a lunch with him. And it was 2 weeks later.
Busy guy.
He is a busy guy. And so we actually were at the Yoke. He said, "Let's write a book." And I said, he said, we just need to write a book about the creed, the 4 R's. And so we did. So we made the outline that day, and by Monday, the whole thing was pretty much done.
Oh, wow! I mean, a lot of people don't write books, and
and so we just worked hard at it and got it moving. And so it came out, and we've sold about 500 of these so far, and it's self-published. So we publish it ourselves.
How do we buy one? Where do we get one?
You can get one. You can go to kokomourbanoutrich.org, push the donate button, and then where it says notes, put book.
Okay.
They're $30. They are $30. Here's the cool part about these. They're $30, but also you get the book. He wanted hardcover. Off cover is much cheaper. And he said, nope.
The hardcover. Good job, Kareem. That was a good idea.
So,
very good.
But what it does is it pays for the book. Your $30 pays for a book, but also keeps a kid in for a month.
That's great.
So you keep the kid in Minneapolis for a month, plus you get the book.
Okay, so when we mentioned the programs, and I meant to ask about this when we were chit-chatting about them, do they meet one night a week?
The Minneapolis meet one night a week.
And then the older
ones meet every Wednesday as a big group called Huddle. Then they work on Thursday, Friday, and Monday.
Okay.
So 3 days. They work 3 days around the Huddle, and then the Minneapolis on Tuesday.
Okay. So now all the kids have been learning exactly what's in the Talking Toolbox. Is that right?
It is. And our problem, this is a good problem to have, I guess. But in Minneapolis, we have about 80 kids one night. Just about all this building can hold.
A lot of kids.
It is. And we never go out and recruit. It's always just word of mouth or sometimes counsel, just different ways. But we don't go out and recruit. But we were trying to figure out, how do we get this? We have so many teachers telling us that when kids are respectful, responsible, reliable, and ready, have their homework ready, ready to solve problems in a positive way, all those kind of things. When they do that, the culture of the school changes. And also we're creating good citizens for the future.
Yeah.
Creating all that. So what we decided to try to do is try to get these into schools, into schoolrooms. And so it was a little process. There's a little process getting
it is, yeah.
To be accepted by the administration, which we did. We went through the whole process and all got approved. And we found some corporate sponsors, different sponsors that sponsor your classroom. And so we piloted last May. We were in 5 classrooms, and the sponsors got to go look. So they were passing out books.
That's great.
The sponsor was there. And so, having said that, our goal now is that we work mostly in Minneapolis with kids at Elwood Haynes. Well, that's where most of our kids, not all of them by far, but most of them come from there. So we're trying to get it all at Elwood Haynes. Great work. It's Mabel there, principal, and Mabel, the principal at Elwood Haynes. And we have a great relationship there. We just met with all the teachers. We had a teacher last week, talked about the book. And so I'm working on a grant right now to get enough funding together to get a book.
So explain to us what's in the book. I mean, if you haven't had the opportunity to check it out, this is fantastic.
This is beautiful art. These are kids that are trying to figure out what they want to be when they grow up. And so we made sure that we had some jobs that take college degrees, some jobs that don't. And so everybody has and Kareem was really insistent on making sure we had very inclusive.
I love that.
So we did all that. So that's all his ideas. And so to help them to be whatever they want to be, the Talking Toolbox comes down and gives them tools that helps them with each tool represents a respectful response. And so it helps us. And the last tool is the key. And the key to becoming whatever you want to be is to be ready.
Yeah.
And that's going to unlock all your potential.
That's the last key, being ready.
Ready.
Now, since you've been doing this almost 19 years, I imagine, you have the stories where they've started when they were super duper young and then you've watched them grow into responsible, respectful adults?
We have. I'm really excited about this number. If you like statistics, this past school year. Now, when we first started, we switched over to the working with teenagers. We started with at the beginning was just boys. Then we added girls, and it's evolved over time. But the first year, we had a 20% graduation. 20% of the kids that could graduate. This past year, we had 100%. The year before, we had 7%. And the year before that, we had 5%. One kid graduating in This is kind of a sad story, but he made sure he graduated in February because he was terminally ill. And he wanted to make sure he graduated from high school. So he was 2 credits short. So he got a waiver from the school and was able to take the final exams. He passed the final exams, he got to graduate. So I pushed him across the stage in a wheelchair, got his diploma. He passed away 2 months later.
About the kiddos that come to Kokomo Urban Outreach for the different programs, are we talking about neighborhoods, schools, or is anybody welcome?
Anybody's welcome. We have kids from every school system, every school system in Howard County. We've had kids as far away as Hamilton.
Wow.
And Clinton Central. And we have kids from Galveston, Lewis Gas. So we have kids all through the region. And that's a challenge sometimes to get them there on time, but people tend to do that. And then we have homeschoolers. We have kids that are doing school online. We have kids from the Excel Center.
Great. Yeah, from all different sorts of places. And it brings all these kids together, different backgrounds, all these different people in one group. It gives them one empathy, I imagine, walking a mile in somebody else's shoes, but also, defeating loneliness and helping them make friends. Just those things we don't even talk about that comes along with this organization and the groups.
Right. And exactly right. And the other thing, when they come to the huddle, the big Wednesday meeting, when they all come together, there's a topic and every kid there has to share. It takes a minute. You pass a microphone, and everybody, part of the creed says, I'm ready to speak up.
Oh, yeah.
Learning to speak up.
Yeah. Silence is consent.
Right, exactly. And so they speak up. And sometimes, like, for example, the topic could be, what have you done bullying? Look at it, realizing I'm not the only one. Every single person in this room's been bullied. Or one day we had a topic of suicide. We had a mental health person come in. And there's a box in the hallway. You could put anonymous notes, suggestions, or whatever you want. After that happened, they were talking about suicide, and the mental health person gave a lot of good information. They didn't want to share that day, but we just had to talk for them. They opened the box up at the end of the night. Tagging me, said, today I was going to. But
that's divine intervention, isn't it?
It is. And so there's a lot of things that happen.
You have so many stories like
Lots.
I mean, for 20 years, it has been all these super great and successful stories of these kids who maybe are struggling or their family is struggling, that they're learning to be adults.
They are learning to be adults. Creed tells them, Creed is an African-American guy, and he's really blunt. To say the least, he's just really blunt. He tells them, he said, when you graduate from high school, which he did not, when you graduate from high school, you have 3 options. You're going to go to the military, you're going to go to college or trade school, or you're going to get a job. If you choose to get on government assistance, you become a slave to the government. And you don't want that. You want to be able to decide where you want to live. You want to decide how much food you're going to buy in a month. You don't want anybody telling you and what doctor you want to go to.
Yeah, right?
Right. So if you do that, the government becomes your parent.
Yeah, you don't want any more parents after you graduate high school.
No, you don't. You want to be on your own. So that's the goal. And we have kids that have their own apartments.
That's great.
Frank just was skydiving with five guys a few weeks ago. He was meeting with them after on a periodic basis. So we kind of check up on kids that have aged out or graduated, and we try to keep as close as contact as hard sometimes.
Sure, yeah. Which, I mean, they're moving away, hopefully, to pursue something, education or a good job.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. Now, we've talked a lot about the organization, and we've reminded folks, you have to donate and volunteer to keep these great organizations in Kokomo helping these kiddos. So you have a fundraiser, the Mardi Gras Masquerade Gala. When is that?
It's on September 13th. It's at the Bel Air. It's a nice affair.
It'd be fancy.
It is fancy, and it's geared toward adults. But we do have kids there because they're speaking.
That'd be great.
So there are a few kids there, but it's not really geared that way. And then we have there's going to be that night. There's going to be a masquerade contest. There's going to be a band that's going to be there.
Did you say United States Blues Band?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
United States Blues Band. So they're going to play.
I wrote it down.
They're going to play some jazzy music, the Mardi Gras theme, but then they're all going to play other music, and the dance floor is going to be open. So you'll be able to dance. So there'll be live music. The food's going to be great.
Oh, we're a month away.
A month away.
How do we get our tickets?
You get your tickets by calling 457-1983. And then there is I don't have the QR code, but there's a QR code that you click on that you would go to, and it will take you to a place to get the tickets. But Deanna can give you that.
Is there anything on Facebook or on the website? Okay.
It's going to be really soon, though.
Okay. Keep an eye on it.
Like Kokomo Urban Outreach, you'll see it soon. It's almost done. So we're really gearing up for that event. We have a lot of great sponsors, and it's just going to be a fun day. Really fun.
Forward to it. So that what you said was September 13th?
September 13th.
All right. Tickets will be on sale very soon to help out Kokomo Urban Outreach. And anything else you want folks to know about the program? And besides the Mardi Gras Masquerade, do you have any other events to look forward to?
We have another, yes, in December. I just thought of this. We have something called Battle of the Christmas Cookie.
I forgot about that.
Where you bring your favorite recipe of Christmas cookie, and there's judges, and it gets judged, and then the next day, folks can come in and you pick out they sell cookies by the dozen. Mm-hmm. You pick out what you like. So that's coming in December. And then in March, which is coming back up around, we have something called the Empty Bowl, which is a very popular event. We have way more details much later, but coming ahead. But the Empty Bowl is one of our most popular events.
I did a bowl. Oh gosh, it was a long time ago. Probably 10 years ago, maybe. I still have it.
Do you really?
Yeah, I bought my own bowl.
You bought it back?
Yes, it was fun, and it was a fundraiser. I really enjoyed it.
We have celebrity bowls that celebrities in town.
Say that with a grain of salt.
She is still a celebrity. She's a big celebrity.
They're a celebrity.
So they paint the bowls, and then we auction them. We have a live auction to get auctioned off. And then there's then kids paint smaller bowls, and so when you come in the Empty Bowl, it's a simple meal of soup and salad and cookie and something to drink, and then you get to pick a bowl that a child's
That's great.
painted.
That's great.
So that's coming ahead. We have a lot of things. We stay pretty busy in the fundraising department too.
So as we go back to school, is this when we're signing everybody up? I mean, are we signing people up at the beginning of the school year if they haven't been with Kokomo Urban Outreach?
If they have not been, if you've been with us before, we don't re-sign up.
Okay. So you're always there. You always
there. You can always come back, and we have kids that have gone away for a while. They come back. We have a lot of kids that go away from this.
Sure. Yeah.
So if you've been with us before, you just come back until you're back.
What if you haven't been with you before?
If you haven't been with us before, just come. It's best to come, especially with older kids. It's best to come on a Wednesday with your parent. Your parent has to come the first time and has to sign all the permission slips first to put you in the car, take pictures, and all that kind of thing. And then we encourage you to stay for the huddle. You kind of get an idea of what it's like, and then do a little tour afterwards. And then you pick a work day. So you can choose Thursday, Friday, or Monday. You stay on the same work day. It depends on what some of the work areas are only on certain days.
And that sounds fantastic. And what a great resource to have for our kiddos here in Howard County and even beyond, you said.
Yeah, even beyond. It's pretty exciting.
It is exciting. Okay, remind us again, the Talking Toolbox,
Talking Toolbox.
How do we get this?
Go to kokomourbanOutreach.org, click on donate, put in $30, and then where it says notes, put in book. Just write the word book. And if you include your address, we'll ship it to you.
Oh, that's great.
So sometimes people forget to put their address in. We have to call them and find out. We have an email. You have to put your email in. But we will get it to you, or you can pick it up. Or you can stop by our office at 1701 South Lock, and they have them there as well.
That sounds great.
You can pick them up there.
I mean, some of your kiddos might be bringing them home from school, right?
They will be.
Yes, I love that.
They will be.
All right, Jeff, thank you so much for the time today.
Thank you.
This was super fun. Okay, one more time, how do we get a hold of Kokomo Urban Outreach? Maybe we want to get our kid involved. Maybe we want to donate. Best way to reach out.
All right, the best way is call 457-1983, 765-457-1983. You can go online to kokomourbanOutreach.org, and there's actually an application you can download.
Oh, that's great.
Download a print. Sounds great. Forget it. So that's it.
All right, Jeff. Thanks for the time today.
Thank you for it. This is fun.
This was fun, wasn't it? I'm Jessica.